Hey friends, this is Miss Wolfie from our half acre homestead with a tea break. I'm really sorry there haven't been a lot of live feeds. For some reason, our internet and our data, everything's all buggered up. I don't know why, but we're not, it's not doing well. Um, I'm just so tired. As you saw in the video yesterday, these wearable sport fans is my new kitchen tool for when I'm doing onions, because today I was making sausage meat, and yes, there's going to be a video. I was making sausage meat, and I had to cut dice four onions, and I did them in the chopper, so it's done fast. But my eyes were still streaming. You can hear it in my sinuses. So that is the most brilliant kitchen tool for chopping onions if you're onion sensitive, hands down. And you can get them on Amazon for $9.99. But don't, like, I nobody paid me to do that, right? That's just, I just had to share, because if you do a lot of food prep, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, phew. Anyway, um so I made sausage meat today, and we're having sausage rolls for supper. And it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to break it all down for you, because I got two pork loins at Food Basics, and one was only 15 and change, and the other was 13 and change. And the 13 and change one I cut up into chops, and the ends I cut up into cubes for another meal that I can do, like a one pot wonder. And then I turned the $15 one into sausage. And I'm doing now this sausage meat. I've got to tell you, the sausage meat that I'm going to show you is really good sausage meat. This isn't just, your average sausage roll filling. This is the stuff that I do only every couple of years for Christmas, right? This is a really good recipe. And I mean, if you were to sell them in the in a bakery, they would be like $2.69, $3 a piece for these sausage rolls. So I'm not kidding. So anyway, I'm doing that. And so the onions are dehydrating, and the sausage is made, and I'm just going to bake off some sausage rolls and show it in our meal tonight as a thing for the video. And then tomorrow I start on leeks, and I've got 2 grocery bags of tomatoes in my freezer. I've got to can those up. I've got to can up my flour that's in my freezer. I'm going to oven can it just to make sure it's viable for the rest of the winter. But I'm still going to end up buying more when I go to Costco, because baking season is about to start, right? But what else was I going to share with you? Yeah, how he pulled the leeks up from the garden. He got my window fixed in my truck. And God, I mean, the things you have to reteach yourself when you don't butcher your own meat anymore. Like when we were raising chickens and turkeys and pigs and goats, you know, we always, Howie said, oh, we didn't save money. And I said, yeah, we did. I worked it out one day that I was saving conservatively $2,500 a year in grocery bills alone. And that was, entering all the costs of the feed and everything in there, right? But just because we're not raising our own meat, I've had to rethink about how I'm going to stock my freezer and pantry, right? I'm not one of those people who just goes out and buys what's on sale when it comes to prepackaged meat, because you want to know where I am? I had bought some chicken legs, and I was partsing them up. I had bought them in bulk, and I was partsing them up into bags for suppers. And one of the legs had a bruise. And I cried. Honest, hand to God, I cried. Because I know how these animals are treated. And at this point, I don't have any choice in the matter. Financially, I can't afford free range, ethically raised chickens. I can't. So it makes me sad to handle. Think about it this way. People used to say, "Don't you get sad or when you dispatch your animals and all that stuff?" And I say no, because these animals were loved from the moment they hatched or were purchased or arrived on Earth. Okay, from that moment to the moment we dispatched them, those animals were treated with love and respect and dignity at all times. Well, okay, pretty hard to get, chickens to behave dignified, but I mean, you know what I mean, right? And so when I am handling meat that wasn't raised by me, I get really sad about not knowing how it was treated, if it lived its life in fear. I mean, raising and butchering your own, raising, dispatching, and processing your own meat changes you. Geez, I didn't think I was going to get this deep tonight, but it changes you, and it makes it really difficult to look at the meat in the grocery store the same way ever again. So when I say I don't like to buy ground meat, if I can help it. My sister, I'll call her back. I don't like to buy ground meat if I can help it. You know, was the pig, the big pork loin I bought, was that pig raised happy? I can't afford to ask myself that. But what I can tell myself is that it is, at least it's in one piece, and I know what's going into the ground meat. You understand? So I mean, raising your own meat changes you, and it makes it really difficult to buy meat in the store ever again. But you know, I do. So I try really. I have to pick my battles when it comes to buying meat. Right? Like the ground turkey I bought in Giant Tiger, I just saw the fact that it was turkey and it was ground and it was a reasonable price, and that was good enough for me. However, um, when it comes to ground beef or ground pork, I'll either buy organic, which is really expensive, or I will buy the meat and grind it myself, because then I at least know what the cut of meat was. Okay, it drives me nuts that you go into the grocery stores now and there's this pink ground meat, pale pink, that you go, oh, that looks like a good price. You think it's ground turkey, and what is it? It's pork and beef mixed. They're just throwing cut shit together now. It's like, hello. I think somebody gave me a recommendation the next time I go to Costco to talk to one of the butchers and ask if they have box end meat that they use for, like, say, ground meat or whatever, and ask them, can you buy it by the box and you grind it yourself? Because it may save you money, right? So I don't know. I'm gonna actually look into that, because buying buying organic ground beef from Costco is not cheap. It's like $30 for 6 meals. And that's not economical, right? But then there's health, right? So I either have to grind it myself, like buy the meat whole or in, at least in pieces, and grind it myself, or, buy organic. And I'm I'm 55 years old. Okay? I got nothing for retirement. This is what I'm doing. Now I'm not going to say living on a dime, but I'm refocusing back on the home economic side because when we were raising it ourselves, that took care of itself. It was all economical. Howie never saw it, but until I said, no, look, boom, 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 boom. And the only way we could get that quality of meat from the grocery store was to buy really top dollar. So yeah, if you look at it in that sense, we saved like 5 grand a year, right? So anyway, I'm looking at my nephew's getting married. My last nephew is getting married. My last unmarried nephew is getting married in January, and I'm going to go to the wedding and I'm going to dance. It's going to be wonderful. I don't care if I hurt myself. Well, I'm not going to hurt myself, but I will pay for the dancing, even if it's just I bought slippers. I bought black fuzzy slippers with silver sparkles all through them so that I could dance at that wedding because I can't do shoes on a dance floor. If I exercise, I'm in my bare feet. So, I'm going to take slippers. And even if I stand in the middle of the dance floor and just, gyrate, standing in one spot, I'll be happy. Okay. Because my last nephew, his younger brother got married and I couldn't dance. And it was a very emotional wedding because I couldn't function the way I needed to. And the older brother's wedding was like 17 years ago, and I blew my knee, and I haven't really danced since. So this is probably, I don't know, man. I just want to dance. Anyway, I have to go and put sausage rolls, and these aren't your Schneider's frozen ones. These are, well, mind you, the puff pastry was store bought, but I got it on sale. And it's been waiting for an occasion to be used. It's been in my freezer. So we're having sausage rolls and Annie's organic mac and cheese and home canned green beans for supper tonight. And you'll probably see it in the home economics making of the sausage and the sausage meat and all that. I'm doing a sausage video anyway. All right. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, I hope I made sense. I'm just exhausted. Tomorrow I got to start on leeks, and then it's tomatoes, and then it's apples, and then it's shopping from that point on. Take care. God bless.